My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. It's time to go into the daily climb for the Silent for April the 4th of 2018. All stars start with 5 colorless cards. That daily was changed recently from start with 2 colorless cards to start with 5. It's also a cursed run. Whenever you defeat a boss, become cursed. Your starting relic is replaced with the Duvu Doll, the Cursed Key, and the Darkstone Periapt. And as well, we also have Terminal. Whenever you enter a new room, lose 1 max HP, start each combat with 5 plated armor. Well, we'll see how this one goes. Time for a challenge. Double Flash of Steel is great because we're going to have some curses, so they're going to carry just a bunch of extra attack on them. Transmutation is interesting, I just don't know if it's all that useful. Master of Strategy is always fine. Secret Technique should be fine, really depends. If that draws us like when you've got strength in a silent deck, you want a bunch of cheap attacks, right? That's why the Flash of Steels are so good, and that's why Shivs are so good in this kind of a thing. And the Secret Technique can probably be used to dig for a Shiv generating skill like the Blade Dance or the Cloak and Dagger. Alright, 1 elite. Ooh, yikes. There's only 1 2 elite path, and it's to start here and then hug the left. I'm okay with that. Beautiful. Actually, we could have done with an extra strike that turn. Didn't even think about it. Finesse. Yeah, it's not going to work. Didn't even think about it, but with the 5 plated armor, I could have just gone all aggressive that turn if I was given the opportunity. So we'll actually use the Secret Technique first here to get a finesse out of the deck so that we don't draw it. Beautiful. An upgraded Concentrate could actually be pretty significant in this deck. Reason being, we're going to have a bunch of curses, courtesy of the Cursed Key, but we're not going to want to remove them. But if we get something like Pain or Regret or Normality or any of those kinds of things, we're going to need to deal with them somehow. Alright. Find some potions. Strength, Fire, Swift. Not bad, not bad. As much as I kind of want to take a footwork, I just want to make this run more aggressive. So the reason you would take a footwork here is because footwork is broken. It's actually too powerful, but more so than that, because you are going to be losing max HP every single floor. So you're going to run super low. Like by the time you get to the final fight, you're going to have like 14, I think it is, max HP, barring any other modifiers. So being able to fully defend yourself every single turn is pretty important. But also, what if we just beat the ever-loving bejesus out of everyone? And then didn't need to. Alright, so let's actually card remove a defend here. I would remove the Transmutation, but it's interesting. Might not be good, but it's interesting. 12 cards, alright. Blind, Wraithform. Neutralize? I would take Neutralize. Would I take Dash? I would definitely take Cloak and Dagger. Am I going to take Dash? I don't think so. I really just don't think so. It would give us more impact against the elites that we're about to encounter. Yeah, I'm not going to take it. In fact, I'm going to try and pair this Regret. Yeah, beautiful. Get ourselves a curse. Now, the curses are also going to give us max HP, courtesy of the Darkstone Periapt. So that's going to help try and counteract the negative that we have, courtesy of the Terminal. Well, I'm already fully defended. Yeah, let's transmute. Oh, thanks. Another transmutation. Real keen on it. Blind you, get Panacea, Finesse. I actually don't want a Master of Strategy here. If it draws Concentrate, we're fine. Or if it draws Secret Technique, we're fine. Okay. Damn it. Oh well. finesse here. Ice cream would be a real good pickup for us. Right, goodbye forever. We don't need extra energy. We need more draw, really, so we can use all the energy we currently have. I don't really want any of these. I'm actually gonna upgrade the transmutation because the upgraded version gives you X random upgraded colorless cards. And you know what? Fine. Let's play with transmutation a little bit. We'll play with it in this space. Well, if I'm ever going to use transmutation, it's going to have to be on this first turn. Sadistic nature. Steal deep breath. Neutralize. And I'm actually just going to use Master of Strategy here to burn it out of my hand. Please give me concentrate. Oh my god, that gives me concentrate. Thank you. Whee! And then I'll just discard these 3 and then go for some more damage. That all worked out quite well. Double Flash of Steel left in that deck also. Beautiful. Looks like I'm going to be able to get through this without using any of my potions. Ooh. Nope, just short of being able to get through without using any of my potions. Okay, which ones of the... I think the Swift Potion's actually more important to me than the Fire Potion. So let's throw the Fire Potion. Bottled Lightning. Upon pickup, choose a skill card. At the start of each combat, this card will be in your hand. Now, I recently passed up a Bottled Lightning because I didn't... I think I've actually said this in the series before, like last episode. But last episode was yesterday, so I don't remember. Someone said it doesn't make it innate, but it just adds it to your opening hand, so it's increasing the size of your opening hand by 1. That's not true. Your opening hand will still be 5 cards, including the card from the bottle. So let's see if there's anything we want to add to our... Ooh, expertise actually is really good for us. Expertise along with concentrate is actually pretty ridiculous, because the expertise, like, you concentrate, discard everything except for the expertise, and then you expertise to refill your hand. I'm gonna want to put one of these in my opening hand, but I don't know what. You know what it's probably gonna be? Secret Technique. Because I can just use it to get any of the other ones, right? That's cool as hell. I like that. I like that a lot. I could also upgrade the Secret Technique so that it's constantly in my deck, which is actually kind of handy. Doubt, not that bad. Tiny chest, gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. Now, that 10% more likeliness to find treasure in question mark rooms means that we're going to find more chests in these question mark rooms, and those chests immediately give us extra curses courtesy of the cursed key. Savvy? Okay, well, Secret Technique for a concentrate. Beautiful. Goodbye forever. Take an energy potion handily. Here it's definitely a terror because we're going to go more attack than anything else. Sure, we'll anger the mushrooms. Get myself another relic. Don't mind if I do. In fact, I kind of prefer it. I think I want the Master of Strategy here. So with the weakness, these 12 damage each, so I can use this to kill either of the... With the weakness, with vulnerability, rather. Okay. I'm going to play that, then I'm going to use my energy potion to transmute. Start working on that backliner. Actually, we should have started working on the frontliner because it's buffed. Yeah, that's my bad. Alright, we're going to drink a Swift Potion this turn. Take that Concentrate out of my deck, thank you. 2 strikes kills that frontliner. Cloak and dagger there. We'll defend and then drop both of those with the concentrate. The concentrate's actually been really overperforming. Like, I picked it up on a whim, but it's really doing everything that I wanted it to, and then some. When vulnerable, take 25% more damage rather than 50%. That's the odd mushroom effect. Flechette, we actually have a lot of skills in the deck. Despite how many attacks we want in the deck. No, we still shouldn't take it. But should we, though? I kind of want to. No. We should actually take Blur, though. Let's get myself a nice defensive card ongoing. I want to upgrade both Master of Strategy, Terror, Expertise, and Concentrate, because all of those have significant differences when you upgrade them. Also Neutralize as well, whereas upgrading Flash of Steel is 3 more damage. Upgrading Blur is 3 more block, right? Upgrading any of the other ones, 3 more damage or 3 more block. Let's go with the Terror, because we actually do get to overexpend our energy a lot of the time here. Sure. Huh. Oh, man. That's kind of ridiculous. I like that a lot. Alright, let's choose Terra here. I could open the fight like this. Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, we'll discard this one and this one and this one. And then I'm actually just going to go for the 2 attacks rather than expertising for a refill or anything like that. 18 incoming, unfortunately. Oh, 15, 15, 15. Never mind, we kill. Perfect. Anchor started combat with 10 block. That's really handy. Second Cloak and Dagger, maybe? Maybe. I could also take the Endless Agony. It's just a couple extra attacks. See, the thing is... So... let's have a talk about Endless Agony, because every single time I put Endless Agony in a deck, people say, Rhapsody, you don't understand how to use Endless Agony. You shuffle it back into your discard pile, and then you draw it again, and you get more. But the thing is, a delayed effect is not worth a compromised upfront effect. Not in an aggressive deck, and the aggressive decks are where you put Endless Agony. So think about it like this. Right? Instant gratification is usually like a fallacious goal. Like, oh, I could get 2 mushrooms tomorrow, but I can get 1 mushroom today. Of course I'll take that mushroom today. I mean, you know, it's not good reasoning, right? But when you're being dealt damage over time, every single turn that you take, especially in an aggressive deck, is an extra chance to take a lot of damage because you aren't readily defending yourselves over the top. You don't want to wait those extra turns, so you use the Endless Agonies when you draw them. They're effectively just 12 damage when upgraded, plus 2 times whatever your strength is. You don't really have the opportunity to shuffle them back into your discard pile and then draw them and then play them. Because if you do have heavy draws so that you can get back to them, you're going to overfill your hand, because you've got Endless Agonies that duplicate as soon as you draw them, and if you've got heavy draw, you're going to be drawing into them. And if you've got heavy draw, you're not an offensive deck. Why are you putting Endless Agonies in it? Right? If you're not an offensive deck as a Silent, oftentimes you're just a poison deck with defense. Or at the very least, those are the kinds of playstyles that I tend to go to for. When I take an Endless Agony, I typically take it in an aggressive deck, and I really do not have the time to shuffle it back into my deck, draw it, shuffle it back into my deck, draw it, and then, great, I got a bunch of extra 0 damage attacks. At that rate, it's the world's worst Shiv generation. So we're going to be taking on this agony, and we're just going to be using it for the upfront damage. A lot of that is courtesy of the fact that we have just so much damage. Okay. Unfortunately, not going to be able to stop this regret. That's okay. I don't feel too bad about that one. Double flash, single strike, goodbye forever. And none of those, thank you. Alright. Let's upgrade the expertise. 2 extra cards. Next is probably the concentrate upgrade, so it discards 1 fewer cards. Well, we're definitely going to take the concentrate here. Now, here's the problem. I would love to... Oh, I actually can just concentrate for 3 right now. Right, good. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, concentrate. Okay. Let's secret technique a Terra out. We'll use that. Definitely Panacea. Weaken you for 2 turns. That's actually super handy. It's just whether or not I use this to just get it out of my hand. I'm going to put the Survivor back on top of the deck because there's a lot of good defense for next turn. I mean, look, I don't actually have any interaction on this turn. I just play my cards. We see what happens. Beautiful. Half HP in 2 hits is pretty good. Okay, we're gonna dig for the concentrate probably. We'll see what we get. Got these. Then we expertise for a full new hand. Now, I believe regret dealing damage to me counts as self-damage. I don't think that'll prevent the perfect. But it might. And because it might, I'm actually going to take the thinking ahead just so that I can put the regret back on top of my deck. So that I don't have to risk it. And I'm not playing the Flash of Steel there as well, just to not trigger it. Okay. We'll survive a regret. Transmute for a Flash of Steel. Sure. Yeah, because I can take Doubt, that's fine, because it's just going to remove one of my charges of artifacting. Mind Blast for a ridiculous amount of damage here. We will take a draw card, so expertise is handy. That'll do it. All right, so we've perfected 2 elites and a boss, and we got Clumsy. That's a really, really good curse to get. Because it is unplayable ethereal. It just burns itself out of your hand. You don't have to discard it like Regret and Doubt so that you don't trigger the negative effect. It has a positive effect at the end of the turn. It burns itself away. Fire Potion and Adrenaline. 1000% Adrenaline. It's always Adrenaline. Adrenaline is ridiculous. Adrenaline is a snap pick. We're going to be hunting elites, so Black Star, totally. Whereas we would be super limited by the Velvet Choker because we play a lot of 0-cost cards. Man. The city. Ooh, we could get 2 early shops here. there's only a 2 elite path. 2 elite path maximum. I kind of want to go to 2 early shops, remove 2 cards from my deck. We're going to do it. Okay. Adrenaline. Sorry, adrenaline. It's not adrenaline at all. I actually really want Transmutation to then give me Panacea if I can get it. Sure. There it is. Beautiful. Now we don't get affected by this negative effect that's incoming. Oh, that's so good. I'm actually going to Master of Strategy, looking for other 0-cost cards. No Hex! Hell yeah, I love it. That was so good. We may actually end up removing Regret from the deck. Sure, we're going to lose 1 strength from the Duvu doll, but Regret's really hard. Bye forever. Take a weakness there. Well, Malaise is really good. Oh, I shouldn't turn it down. It just invalidates certain enemies. I'm mad that even in an aggressive deck, even in a deck at the very least that I'm trying to make aggressive, I still pretty much have to take it. Alright, let's remove a card. I'm actually going to remove the Regret. We lose 1 strength. I think it's worth. Alright, here we're going to want a... Yeah, we don't have anything in the deck right now. I'm just gonna take Malaise actually, and then I'm gonna concentrate these 3. And then Malaise you for 6. Which is gonna make it pretty much impossible for the enemy to ever deal damage to me, which is nice. Observe. As the enemy fails to deal damage to moi. Okay. Expertise. I mean, we've got another Master of Strategy. We're not going to run out of cards. Let's take a Concentrate, and then we'll go... Get another Transmutation going on. Alright, beautiful. A regen potion? I don't think it's necessary. Piercing Whale is pretty good though, and that's an upgraded Piercing Whale. Knew this day was going to come. When the strength of our conviction would be tested. Do we turn this into a poison build? That's the Snecko's. We are so far from a poison build. We're totally not doing that. 3 shivs in the opening hand? I don't even think I want that, actually. I think I have enough draw. Like, 3 shivs for me is, like, it's a little bit. Sure, but it's not that much. I think I just remove another card from my deck. I think the deck is fine. I think I just keep removing cards. I think one thing I will do, however, is I'm going to get rid of this weakness potion and pick up a strength potion because we've got some elites on this path and we're going to need some strength. Okay. I'm probably going to artifact myself against this Chosen if I don't get Panacea this turn somehow. I can use the Endless Agony as concentration fuel. That's an interesting use for it. Alright. I actually kind of just want to get the Transmutation out. We Adrenaline first, we end up with 7 cards in hand. We cast the Transmutation, we overfill our hands. So we actually do need to cast these first. Panache, beautiful. Okay. Gotta make sure that clumsy's in my hand. I didn't. Bugger. I didn't put my artifacting up. I was focusing too much on trying to kill the frontliner there. It's entirely my fault. Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of days coming up. Oh boy. There they are. Thankfully, the enemy's still dealing 0 damage. We'll see how long that lasts for. Alright. Effectively, what I'm trying to do here is just cast 3 more cards. At which point the enemy dies. Beautiful. Thank you, Panache. Dagger Spray, especially already upgraded, definitely super useful for us. We'll also upgrade this Malaise. If we happen to encounter the stabbing book, that Malaise is going to be worth its weight in gold. 1 of 20 cards per deck, sure. They're kind of mostly garbage, I gotta be honest with you. I actually want to take the escape plan more than anything else here. Like, we do have a little extra strength, but we don't have enough extra strength for the Riddle of Holes to be super amazing. Yeah. I think I tried to make this deck aggressive, but as soon as it stopped being aggressive, I should have just stopped trying to force it. I think it's now a Transmutation deck. Oh, really? Another regret? I don't want to have to remove that. Paper Crane, enemies with weak deal 50% less damage rather than 25%. Between that and the Malaise, it can be possible for us to just straight up remove enemies from the game. Like, remove the impact they will ever have, which is pretty fun. I'm never going to be safer to use Transmutation, am I? Yeah, not really. Alright, I should have used the strength potion a lot earlier now. There's the upgraded Apotheosis. Alright. Well, with Panache and the Jack of Trades, we should be fine. And this enemy is dead. Transmutation's actually ridiculous. Like, it's one of those things that I try to avoid because it's a varying value, right? Like, it might be amazing and it might be garbage, depending on what cards you get, but it is just consistently knocking it out of the park here. And it's also worth noting that when you have a bunch of extra energy, like we do with Cursed Key, with Malaise, with Adrenaline, and with Concentrate, when you have a bunch of extra energy, you have so many extra chances for Transmutation to give you something good. Tough Bandages, whenever you discard a card during your turn, gain 3 block. Toxic Egg, whenever you get a skill card to your deck, it is upgraded. And sure, we should take another Concentrate. It is actually supremely overperforming in this deck. Yeah, there it is. Overperforming again. Oh, also, it's going to synergize with Tough Bandages to give us 6 block, which is pretty ridiculous. This Transmutation would give us 6 cards, so we actually don't want that. We strike once and then we transmute. Actually, we probably strike twice just because it kills. We get 4 cards from Transmutation. Deep breath. Master of Strategy is 4. We'll Enlighten before the Master of Strategy because I don't think we even have anything that costs enough to trigger that. I can actually just Malaise and again try and just remove you from the fight. Which I should do. Yeah. Okay. Let's do all of the attacks. I didn't need to discard anything there. This is a really interesting deck. It's like, this is supremely interesting to me. I don't even know what I want. Like, this is just wild. Alright, energy potion, probably better than a poison potion for us, because we still don't have a delayed effect in the game. Third concentrate's probably too many. Right, without much more draw, if we get 2 concentrates in the same hand, for instance, we're sad forever. That concentrate would discard 3 cards, so it would actually not work with the expertise. Go take the adrenaline. And I didn't even get card draw alongside it. That's my bad. I shouldn't have taken the adrenaline there. What I should have taken was the Master of Strategy or the Transmutation. One of the two. Okay, bandage up for some HP that we don't need. Sure, that draws that. And I'll Purity Strike out of my deck, don't mind if I do. Alright, there's the expertise. We'll use Survivor to discard the Doubt first, though. Giving us a way larger draw. Swift Flash, and let's burn that Malaise out of the deck as well. Life's good. How many times am I going to get the perfect hand for that? Jeez. I'm feeling bad for the game at this rate. Again, probably not another concentrate. I think maybe I'd take this blur now. Get a second blur in the deck. This is a thick deck. This is extremely not me. What have you done with Rhapsody? Don't bring him back. Just, what have you done? Okay. I want to like super Malaise the back line, but I also want to transmute, and I don't know which I want to do most. I think the back line is going to be really, really aggressive, and I'm actually not going to have the block for it on most turns, so I'm actually going to super Malaise that back line. Yeah. Okay, well, expertise before we adrenaline. A lot of card draw there. A lot of card draw. Well, at the very least, we got to get 2 turns of blur set up there. Terror the back line, and just short on the dagger spray, killing 2 targets there. Alright, you might attack this turn. Yeah, but you're super weak, so. Quite pleased about how I handled that prior. Oh my gosh. Transmutation, what do you got? Oh, I love it. Okay. Let's think ahead. Put that back on top of my deck. Just because if I can avoid that regret at all, I'd like to. Alright, I don't even know if this is going to count against me, but I think it might, and I'm going to be sad if it does. Oh well. That's why I removed the other regret, just in case. Alright, Gremlin Horn, whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. That's ridiculously good for us. And Kunai, whenever you, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. That's pretty good for us as well. Cloak and Dagger is another way to trigger that, but... I don't know. I'd rather upgrade the Cloaks and Daggers I already have in the deck. I'm actually going to take the worst concentrate so that I leave a better concentrate left in my deck. I'll keep the Blur and I'll throw these 3. I'm always playing the Dagger Spray and I'm always playing the Blur. Yeah, both of those are correct. Okay. Get a giant Malaise on you, and I'm also going to artifact myself to prevent this Hex. Terror is a great pickup there. Transmutation for a ridiculous amount of cards. And a Seer, just in case you try it again. Regret. I really do actually just need to remove the regret from my deck. The strength is not worth it. I'm so dismayed that that's the case, though. Okay. Expertise for a billion cards. I don't even want another Endless Agony. I could take Prepared. It's another way to get those curses out of my deck, and there are going to be more curses over time. Yeah. Actually take an upgraded Prepared there. Let's upgrade the Master of Strategy for the extra draw. Okay. Secret technique for the... Transmutation, actually. You might be able to tell what I'm trying to do here. Get all of the energy that is humanly possible to get. I was going to use Transmutation, but now my hand is way too full. I could actually just double Blur, then Transmutate. That's actually really good. Double Blur Transmutation here. Okay. Panacea costing less is also pretty damn ridiculous. We'll get that Malaise out as well. I think the more I attack the frontliners, like, I don't kill them fast enough to focus on them. I think the more I attack the frontliners, the worse off I would eventually be. Okay, there goes all of our block. Piercing Whale is another card that I really, really like in this deck, but I don't want to use at all. Good instincts. And gonna double blur, then concentrate. This is gonna get me a lot of defense for a couple of turns. So I guess I'm just using blur to maintain my big defensive turns for a while. I negated a lot of the negatives there, and I'm really pleased with that. We play the secret technique there just to thin down the rest of our draw deck. Beautiful. Alright, can I deal 56 damage in a single turn? Not with that hand, you can't. Ooh, wowzers. Enlightenment's actually better discarded than anything else. And now we take 2 damage. That's really unfortunate. Okay. Just gonna focus damage on the back line. We're available here. That's really annoying. 2 damage taken in this fight. Could have been a perfect. Oh, well. Alright, Fire Potion. Gain 20 damage. That's nice. Nightmares. Nightmares really interesting. But if I don't get it alongside, like, Flash of Steel or Master of Strategy or Adrenaline or something like that, then it's garbage. Oh, it's hard to tell whether or not that's going to be good. Tools of the Trade is actually really, really, really good because it allows me to just discard a card as soon as I draw it, and that means my Regret will never be played. Yeah, we'll take the Tools of the Trade. I think we legitimately take the Tiny House here. These two are often going to do nothing for us, whereas this is going to do something at least. And it's also some max HP, which is always handy. Backflip would upgrade, so would Deadly Poison. Yeah, I don't need either, though. Nightmare also would have upgraded, it's worth noting. It would have only cost 2 energy. Time Eater, of course it's the Time Eater. Why wouldn't it be the Time Eater? There's a 3 elite path, we're totally going for it. Basically, what I'm going to be looking for here is... I'll actually blur before I transmute. Is Panacea. Panacea, what am I talking about? We did end up getting Panacea, so I feel now bad that I actually got what I asked for, despite it not being what I wanted. What we were looking for was Panache. There we go. You can see how I got it confused. Cool. Fully defended. Everyone leaves themselves open for the next turn. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. What a delectable hand! Good gosh. Shouldn't have played the bandage when I drew it. I was expecting not to take any damage this fight, so I was like, oh, I'll just play the bandage right now. And that'll be a fine turn to make. take a Master of Strategy, go for the draw. There's the Dagger Spray, which I expected. And there's the kills. None of that, though. Fight for a Relic, don't mind if I do. I really want to go off on this first turn, but the responsible play is to just take the Concentrate. I'm going to take Master of Strategy and just hope I get some discard stuff, which we do. Beautiful. Beautiful. A little bit more damage here and there. And then just block for all of the turns to come. Probably shouldn't have done that. The Dagger Spray was going to kill anyway, wasn't it? Yeah. Alright, that was a misplay on my part. Should not have targeted the fronter there. Transmutation giving us, again, a ridiculous hand. Really good stuff. Okay, let's get a Concentrate so we can actually cast some things. Like a Dagger Spray. Beautiful. Tori, whenever you would receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. Great Relic to have picked up there. Probably none of those for my deck, though. We'll lose a Cloak and Dagger. It's less important than any of the rest of these. Specifically because it's unupgraded. Alright. Take another Master of Strategy. That's just oftentimes going to be our opening. Take a Master of Strategy. We should have used a Terror on the Flame Bruiser before we did anything there. I'm getting a little preoccupied trying to think through the turn ahead of me rather than the turn that I'm currently taking. Well, that guy is now never going to deal damage to me, which is handy. We do need to kill the backliner here. Probably you too. And I've got some Panacea on me, so we won't actually take the weakness there. Beautiful. We get a handy little turn here to try and go through the rest of your HP bar. Oh, man. Bye forever. Huh. Dagger Throw actually might fit in this deck. Just because of the curses? Yeah, we'll take a Dagger Throw. It's also a wee bit of damage. We don't really have that much damage in this deck right now on concentrated cards. Shovel, you can now dig for loot at rest sites as well as another curse. Speaking of digging for loot at rest sites, we probably do it here. Shuriken! Every time you flinch 3 attacks in a single turn, gain a strength. That's pretty ridiculous. Now I really wish I had Ninja Scroll, because Kunai and Shuriken mean, with the Ninja Scroll, since I have 3 shivs in my opening hand, I would always start with +1 strength and +1 defense. Transmutate. Ah, there's my panache. I'll play the bandage up basically because I'm just trying to get it out of my hand. If you're wondering why I keep doing it, it's to get it out of my hand. Sorry, actually to get it out of my deck so that I don't throw it again. right. Upgraded Endless Agony or a Infinite Blades? We need a sustained impact because we're up against the Time Eater rather than a initial impact, so we'll actually take an Infinite Blades here. Alright, let's perfect this fight. Let's go, let's go. Give me the moss. And transmute. Panache, nice pickup. We'll deep breathe first. Now, one of those. Actually going to use an energy potion here so that I can cast a dagger spray which kills the frontliner. Get an adrenaline here for myself. And Panache. Backline. Beautiful. All right. Raise your max HP by 7. Like, look at our max HP. We've been losing 1 every single floor, and we're still doing well. Or a Calcum. If you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. And Acrobatics is another way to dig through my deck, get a lot of draw. I mean, I guess when I've initially gone through my deck, like after I've exhausted my Master of Strategy and my Adrenaline, I've literally just got Expertise as my card draw. So, sure. Let's put an Acrobatics in here. Decay is fine. Happy Flower, every 3 turns gain an energy. Sure. Sounds good to me. That's very little damage. Although, Letter Opener, we do play 3 skills every single turn. We play more than 3 skills every single turn. So that is like a way better Mercury Hourglass for us, basically. I'm actually going to get 2 relics here. Because, like, 5, 10, 15, 20. Now, 1, 2. So we're on 22 relics. Now, if I get another 2 relics because of the Black Star when I fight the final elite on this floor, and then if I dig, I'll have 25 relics, which is going to get me a score modifier. Ooh. That's a wee bit of a garbage hand. I'm actually going to draw here. Yeah, there we go. Concentrate. So handy pickup. Alright. Alright. Managed to mitigate the worst on that one. There's a transmutation I probably don't care about. Not right now, at least. Okay. Terra up. Adrenaline. We can prepare and discard these 2, knowing we're unlikely to need them. It's worth noting, I do have a Expertise still in the deck, which unfortunately I did not get. Damn. Get rid of that prepared here. See, the annoying thing is I really still have to do all of my draw first, where available. Alright, I'm just going to rely on my next hand being the one. Got a lot of strength. We'll be fine. Get rid of that down. We're actually already defended this hand, so transmutation time. Blind. Blind. Will Madness. Play a Blur. Oh, baby. That Blur is actually ridiculous for us. Alright. We're settled. This is going to be a perfect fight for us. This. Play everything that's not an attack first so that we can get as many triggers of slow. Bottled Tornado and Bottled Flame. And we have the Bottled Lightning already. Heck yeah. I literally only have one power in my entire... No, I have Infinite Blades, which is already innate, and I have Tools of the Trade. Should probably put Tools of the Trade in my opening hand. What would I Bottled Flame, though? Like, nothing? Like, there's none of these that I want in my opening hand? I guess a Flash of Steel? Sure. Alright. Let's take a Block Potion, and... You know what? We will take another Infinite Blades. I'll dig here. Getting Vajra, the start of each strength. Start of each strength, gain 1 combat. Yep, didn't misspeak there. Okay, here I'm actually just going to go for the expertise. Relying on being able to draw a bunch of things here, which we did end up doing. And then decide what is and what is not relevant to us. Beautiful. Now, this turn we just want to use for setups, right? We don't actually use this turn to do stuff. I kind of want to leave Master of Strategy for later. But at the same rate, I can use this to set up more... Oh, baby. Now, do I want a giant Malaise or do I want a Transmutation? It's giant Malaise, isn't it? Yeah, just because of the breakpoint there was the Paper Crane. So you're going to be... So, okay, so the breakpoint there is the Paper Crane because the strength reduction from the Malaise applies first, but then it'll halve the rest of the incoming damage, and that is super significant. And the amount of turns of weakness that we get means that I'm just going to have that until the end, pretty much. Why forever? Question card on card reward screens. You have 1 additional card to choose from. I wonder if that's been fixed yet. Pair, increase your max HP by 10. My game is actually, like, lagging right now. Like, stuttering. Yeah, okay, the question card hasn't been fixed yet. My opening hand is still gonna have only 3. Or rather, your first offering after getting the question card, if you pick up the question card at the same time, is only going to have 3. Which is unfortunate. I'll take Adrenaline instead. Okay. Beautiful. A Dex Potion's probably better than a Fire Potion for us, actually. A Reflex Potion's actually really good because we just play Tools of the Trade on our opening turn, and then the Reflex Potion's just a bunch of extra... Ooh! Ginger, you can no longer become weakened, so now Doubt doesn't affect us, and the only negative status effect that the Time Eater applies is a weakness. But we use Tools of the Trade to discard a Reflex, and it just gets 2 extra cards. It's going to consistently increase the size of our opening hands. Actually going to weaken you already. Because if you attack this turn, and I just get to keep my Blur remainder for the next turn, and you're attacking next turn, beautiful. Okay, that was definitely the correct option. Here I just play 3 shifts. And I'm actually going to shuffle an Endless Agony back into my deck. Not by my own choice, but happened nonetheless. Kinda just want to use a giant Transmutation this turn. I have so much energy cheat left in my deck. Didn't get any of it. Wow. Well, instead we're going to go with a giant Malaise. Well, a reasonably sized Malaise. One, two, three, four. Let's prepare. I'm just trying to make sure that I end up at 12 at the end of that turn. And we're protected against this turn as well. Plus, that negative effect is weakened, so it doesn't even apply. We'll get rid of the neutralize here, which probably should have gotten rid of acrobatics, actually. Concentrate, get rid of those two. I'll play a blur. Now it's transmutation for 8, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm actually going to think ahead here just to put the dagger spray back on top of my deck because next turn that kills. All right, so we're about to find out whether or not it counted the... Oh, no, wait, I did take actual damage to my enemy on second floor. It wasn't just regret dealing it to me. 1,233. You know what? For a first attempt, that's really good. We also... So we did get 2 perfects. So that was everything except for the second floor. So we could have gotten 100 more there. We did get curses. We also got I Like Shiny, which I was particularly aiming for at the very end. Although I think I ended up with 27 relics, so I don't think I needed to buy both of the relics that I did in the store, but that's still fine. Librarian, sure, I probably could have pushed for another 9 cards in my deck. Definitely could have run a little bit faster and got some of the speed bonus for that. That's still a really good run, I feel. I'm going to say like mid 200s. Come on. Show me. 53. Not bad. Not bad. There is an astounding amount of NL references in here. Egg Daddy. I was just going through this before, just looking at them. Egg Daddy. Where was the next one? I Believe in NL. NL's Misplays is obviously around here somewhere. NL's... Yeah, it's literally #1 right now. Good lord. Consistently in the top 10, that one. And there's a bunch more further down as well. I ended up... Knick Knack Daddy Snack. That's probably a reference in some way that I haven't heard. Frenetic actually might also be a reference just because NL uses that word a lot. I feel really good about my performance there. 53. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. Your name has been Jonathan. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you next time.